5 a.m. and I am heading out to one of my favourite places in the whole world, and it's the gym. I haven't been there for ages. I used to go every morning, had a beautiful routine because I wanted to get fit and strong for the zombie apocalypse. And then lockdown happened, and while I tried to keep up a routine, I couldn't. And then, I've had plenty of different times where I've tried, and I've gone for walks, and I've had set up my home gym. But the only time I was truly successful was when I had my routine at my favourite gym. And I've tried lots of other gyms, and they just never felt the same. So, for the last 2 mornings, and now Wednesday morning, I'm going back to my gym, and I love it. Now daylight, and I feel great. I just love it. There's something about being in there and just zoning out to the rest of the world. I just love it. Best way to start the day. Saturday morning, and I've got all the calls out of the way, all the business out of the way, and so it's time to do a little bit of fun stuff. Today, as it's nearly Christmas, I am just making up some tablecloths for my daughter-in-law, Sam. I was going to make a bedspread, but no one will see it, only them. So I thought I'll make different tablecloths, and then other people will be able to enjoy them too. First of all, we overlock the raw edge, and then we just turn it under and straight sew it. So this is done with the overlocker. What we're going to do now is turn these edges over that I've overlocked and just straight sew them, give them a nice edge. This is our day today. It is magnificent. And after all the rain we've had and not being able to get out in the garden, I'm going to show you what I'm starting with today. It's going to be a big day, and it's going to be a busy day. This is it. It's a bloody mess. Look at the grass. It's taking over my garden. I don't know where to start. But got to start somewhere. My darling's home from work tomorrow, so I want to have it looking nice before he gets home. So in my head, we're going to have a lovely little entranceway here to the garden, but I'm going to have to wait till my husband gets home because he's way stronger than me. I need to move Persephone over just a fraction and put those steps in level. Cool. Now I'll mow. So I'm sitting here in the shade of this beautiful tree, which I have to put solar lights all through again. So I'm sitting here in the shade because it is ridiculously hot out there, and I'm just looking around and sort of planning out what I'm going to do next. So this area under the tree is beautiful. So where all this is, all that beautiful shady area there where I had my old path and the pavers and gardens and everything, I think this is all going to have to be grass, unfortunately. Or fortunately, whichever way you look at it. Fortunately, because we're going to have a beautiful shady area to sit. Unfortunately, because I've got to move all the pavers and all this white gravel. Or maybe I can leave the gravel on the path. Just put some weed mat down. Because now also I'm thinking those pavers, I can make a path from here, out here, up this bit of grass, because this is the extension for my fairy garden. Where the tractor is, the tractor's in the process of getting fixed and it will be moved, but this is the boundary of my fairy garden, and there's going to be a gate over there so the cows can't get in, right? So the path is going to have to come up here. I'm going to have to move that bit of garden. Well, that doesn't matter because there's nothing in it anyway. And that post is where we're going to hang the gate for the fairy garden. So we'll build a bit of fence this side up to the tire wall. And that will be the entrance. And we will have the fire pit and everything in there. And that's the plum tree that we bought when Sarah was born to plant on top of her placenta. And the cows just keep hammering it. So we've got to put a gate over there and rebuild the tire wall and then enclose all this beautiful fairy garden. The fairy garden extension. Move the tractor out. Going to put the burning pit in, or having a fire pit in here. That's what that log was brought down for, like for a seat. Yeah, so it's going to be beautiful. Just can't wait. It's a lovely olive tree. So basically what I've done is organise a whole lot more work for myself. But that's okay, and I think it's going to be really beautiful here. I'm just sitting in the shade of this tree now. It's really, really lovely. I don't know if you can see it. There's my Christmas tree just by that blue chair. It's a Christmas tree that I've had for about 20 years. It's done all the kids. It doesn't look very big there, but in our house it was massive. It's about a 9-foot tree. And none of the kids wanted it because it was too big for their houses. It was obviously too big to go in my little house. And so I thought it can live out its days in the fairy garden. And I'm going to decorate that probably later today. That's my mum and dad, Eric Thomason and Lynette Sutton. I'm going to take them down for a walkthrough of their home for one last time. So this might seem weird, and it feels a little bit weird for me too, but I felt prompted to do it. So I've brought mum and dad down so they can have a look out their kitchen window one last time. We spent many happy years through here. Dad had his kitchen fryer sitting there and he'd make the kids chips. They'd walk down from school and he'd cook them some chips, or he'd make them some sherbet. This is their dining room. Sat in here and had many a yarn. Watched the kids play out in the yard, ride their bikes. And this was where a lot happened in this room. Nothing flash, there was just lots of love. I'm going to sit them up there. It's weird because we've nursed mum and dad in this room, in this house, and it's been a refuge for a lot of our family over the years. and take them into their room. This is their bedroom. This is where Dad lived out the last year of his life in a bed. And he would look out this window and watch that rose. And Becky tried to dig it out, I think. Maybe we'll have to have another go. Dad would watch that rose out of his bed. Give you a last look, Mum and Dad. Love you. Here's the tiny little bathroom that we used to have to bring Dad in on the hoist when he couldn't walk, and we'd hoist him in here and lower him in the bath. He loved the bath. We even had to take the door off because it wouldn't fit in. Maddie spent some time in this room, so did some of the other granddaughters. This back room, it's always been a little dark room, but never a nasty feeling in here. Goodbye. Thank you for being a good house. I used to have a little table and chairs out here and sit in the sun in winter. There's the feijoa bushes over the back there. The kids used to go past on their way to school and on their way home and pick feijoas. I used to love it. Shutting this door for the last time. It's actually really sad. Goodbye, beautiful house. Thank you for being a good house. We love you, we're grateful. I so wish we were able to buy you. It wasn't meant to be.